Hello, my name is Bartosz Belch. I work on transforming timber project at Edinburgh Napier University. Today I'm going to show you the second part of digital design tool, which is about structure approval. Before I start using the tool, I need to prepare the designer model for structure analysis. So this model is going to be exported to structure analysis. And here, this is the Tekla structure designer, which I'm using for structural analysis. And here you can see the model with applied different load cases like a wind load, dead load, and a few others. And based on that, the design combinations are created, which allows me to identify the highest forces in the structure. So now I'm going to show you the output of the analysis, which you can see here as a heat map. The particular heat map is for 2D elements, in this case CLT walls, and this particular one is axial forces in horizontal direction that acts within the panels. So this helps me to identify the crucial spots in the structure that needs a strength check. Software like this is very efficient because I can identify the biggest tension force in the structure, which is probably in different spot than the biggest compression force, and any other force I need to check. So for entire structure I will have just one spot for every check. And the software also gives me an output of those forces that I can use in the new design tool. But before I can actually start making checks, I need to specify the CLT section in new design tool. So I need to fill all those yellow cells like lamella thickness. So it's basically layer thickness. Here we've got 3 layers, but the software can also do 5 layer CLT. It's also important to identify the direction of layers, if it's horizontal or vertical for external layers. Timber grade, in the software we've got freedom of combining different timber grades, or we can even change the timber species. And after it's done, the software calculates the mechanical properties in X and Y direction, which is horizontal and vertical, also cross-sectional properties of the section. With this data, I can actually start to populate the software for creating the checks. So here you can see tension check in X and Y direction, and tensile check you can see here is a pass with 8.1% of utilization. And the software makes up to 17 different checks. For example, compression, bending, there's also combined compression and bending. All the checks are in both directions. It's worth to mention that in entire structure I need only to make once every single check if I identify the highest force. So the entire output from the software is quite short. And this is the example of output. So everything is printed to PDF document, and with output from structural analysis software, it's all what is needed for building warrant approval. And it was very brief description of how the new design tool works, and thank you very much for your attention.